I did not expect to be booting up F1 24 ever again. I'm sure you guys didn't expect me to as well, especially since we're only 1 week out from F1 25 launching. But today we are coming back to F1 24 for this one video because there is an insane new mod that completely overhauls and reskins the entirety of this game to the point where maybe you might forget how atrocious it is, because this is a mod that makes F1 24 a WEC game. Yep, that's right. All 10 F1 teams have been revamped into World Endurance Championship teams. From car liveries, driver overalls, team personnel and branding, etc. It's all now looking like a World Endurance game. I mean, from this boot up screen alone, it gets you a little bit hyped. It already feels like we're not even playing F1 24. And for the remainder of this video, just to keep our sanity, let's all pretend that this isn't F1 24, okay? Good. And as we load into the main menu, oh, that's such a good touch on the top left. That's such a good touch. The F1 logo is nowhere to be seen. That alone makes it feel like a different game, just having that WEC logo there on the left. That's it just reminds me also how cool it'd be if you actually had like full-blown games for these sort of series. Like, I always maintain, like, I'm actually sad that we're not getting that official like IndyCar game, and that to play IndyCar you have to do iRacing or whatever, because I think if it had its own individual game like the F1 game, I and others would get into IndyCar more. And it's the same for WEC. I think if they had like a proper official game where it's like the F1 game, where it's not going full sim, it's still open to others, there's an actual career with AI and etc., it would get you more into that motorsport. You know, that's how I deepened my passion for Formula 1, was the game. I already watched F1, but then having got into the game, that just got me so more engrossed in it than I ever was at the start of it. Like, you know how many, like at this point, like 18 plus years ago or whatever. Yeah, I mean, off the bat as well, the driver suits here. I mean, obviously Leclerc is still in a Ferrari overall, because that Ferrari team has just been changed into their WEC version of the Ferrari team. But we've now clearly got Verstappen in a Porsche outfit, and looks like Hamilton in BMW. And hopefully those of you who do watch a lot of World Endurance may have noticed this entire time we've had a little cheeky bit of World Endurance Championship music in the background to give that feel of a completely different game. Right, let's check out these cars. All right, here we go. So we've got the virtual showroom, and you can see basically which team is which from the base game. So we've now got Red Bull being Porsche, we've got BMW for Mercedes. Oh, that's a lot. Actually, you know what? Let's rotate this. That's a lovely, lovely livery. So Porsche, BMW, Ferrari, Toyota, Aston Martin. Oh, that's a good one. Aston Martin with the big logo. Alpine, of course, have a World Endurance team as well. Peugeot. Oh, that's nice. Toyota with the Cadillac partnership. Lamborghini. Oh, that's you know what? That reminds me of my F1 23 livery. And then the other Cadillac team. Let's have a little closer look at everything then. The Porsche. I mean, that's just the Porsche livery, the outline, the white, the red, the black. It just works really well, and it works really well on this chassis. I can't tell. Is that just the normal Red Bull chassis then? I think it is. They've actually managed to make it work quite nicely on the Red Bull chassis. The BMW is lovely. Oh my word. I love that. I love the line work with the 3 different colors on the top of the chassis, the side pod, the engine cover. That is a beauty. That is a beauty of a livery. Ferrari's pretty standard, obviously. Ferrari having a WEC team and an F1 team, and in ways, some of the lines and stuff kind of are very similar to the WEC livery, with it more yellow and then the red. So this is kind of just accenting that more with the yellow on the top of the chassis. You can see the hits of yellow on the front wing and the rear wing as well. Toyota, we've had plenty of experience with a Toyota team in Formula 1, but this time it's based off the WEC livery, not the just a fantastical F1 livery like we did in our main career series on this game. Aston Martin is bold, Actually, seeing this, I'm wondering why they don't do a livery like this in F1. I mean, having that, the Aston Martin wing in bold across the side pod It really works. The Alpine's probably the weakest livery of the lot, and it's not really even the mod's fault. It's just more the Alpine livery. I think the WEC one is cold because of the car's shape, whereas if you apply that to the F1 car like this, it's just not really hitting in the same way. In a way, maybe the chassis choice also hindered it, maybe, because I think I can see this is basically the Aston chassis underneath, so that may have hindered it a little bit, but I think this is definitely probably the weakest livery of the lot. Going from one of the weakest to one of the strongest, the Peugeot. This is wonderful. I love that. I mean, I'm a sucker for a bit of art on any sort of car, let alone an F1 car. Obviously, you guys know when we did BMW, what was it, on F1 23, we did the art car on the BMW, and that was really, really fun. And this is kind of similar sort of notion with the camo, the kind of, you got that kind of pop art, little dots going around, the speed lines. I like it. I like it a lot. The Jota, or the Yottawa, I don't even know how to pronounce this team's name, but the team that JB is currently driving for, and maybe his last year in full racing at all. And this is a pretty mean little number with the dark gold, the Hertz logo, Cadillac. I love the Cadillac on the engine cover there. Is really good. That works really well with the kind of, the shotguns on the engine cover. Lamborghini, another brand we're familiar with in Formula 1 from our F1 23 series days, and this one is a very nice F1 24 version, I must say, with a bit of a darker, less Volt green than the one I chose to do those 2 years ago, but very, very nice. And finally, the proper Cadillac team in blue. We've got little hits here. I mean, hey, this might be a nice preview of maybe what a Cadillac F1 team could look like, but this one taking inspiration from the WEC outfit. So those are some really, really awesome looking liveries, and I mean, it just gives you that different flavor, doesn't it? Just totally not like anything like F1, and is giving, and with the icons here as well, gives you that WEC game experience. And on top of that, obviously we've got the driver suits as well. So we got Porsche, pretty bog standard, I feel, with Porsche, just with the white base, the black and red accents. BMW, Lewis looks pretty damn good in BMW colors, I can't lie. That's actually really good. George looks a little bit out of place. I can't actually tell you why, but that doesn't look right, whereas that actually suits Lewis a lot. I like that a lot. The Ferrari's not going to be too different. I like the racing partner AF Corsa little logo there. That's a really nice, with the italics, works really well. Toyota, I mean, that's quite, that's pretty standard. Yeah, very much like the one we were using in our series, wasn't it? Although neither of these guys suit the Toyota colors, I can't lie. Aston Martin's going to be obviously it's pretty much the same. Alpine, that's, I like that suit. The car may look a bit worse, but this suit is better than the actual Alpine suit they've got in F1. Peugeot, oh, nice. Yeah, very nice. Very, very nice. Jota with the gold. Yeah, the gold's pretty good with a little chevron sort of design. And I get Ricciardo really suits that. Lamborghini, a little bit bland. I would have wanted a bit more green, but I suppose, I guess maybe that's more kind of what they've got in World Endurance, is more of a black overall going on. But personally, if I was designing it as I did with my own Lamborghini livery in F1 23, would have had a bit more green on the actual overalls as well. And then Cadillac, that's a good one, actually. I like that with the blue accents. That's pretty good. And again, suits both these drivers, actually. They could definitely be Cadillac drivers. Gonna load up a little race, and let's go Qatar, because that's the first race of the WEC season, isn't it? Gonna go as BMW, because I have to drive as Hamilton in that. That's a lovely looking car.
We're under the lights.
Oh, there's no way. Oh, they replaced the logo even in the intro. Oh, come on. I know it says F1 there, but the logo being WEC, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, if only you could change, like, the text and stuff. You probably could have, back in the day, like some of the older F1 games, the text editing with mods was available. Now it's a lot harder in mods like that. That's why you don't see them as often, but that's cool. That's cool. I assume the starting grid is also going to be changed through with the logos. Yep, there we go. We've got the full shebang with the logos as well. Norris on pole, and Toyota alongside Verstappen in the Porsche. Alonso still in an Aston logo. Piastri alongside. The Ferrari logo obviously doesn't really change. There's the change for Russell in the BMW. Gasly and Alpine stay the same. Jota with Sonoda. The Peugeot logo with Albon. We've got Bottas Max in the Lamborghini Cadillac, Nico Hulkenberg, and here we are on the last row from the back, Lewis Hamilton and BMW. We're going to be seeing how far we can get up from the back of the grid in this short and sweet. Now, we're simulating the Qatar endurance race, you know, but, you know, if the simulation in the game was like, you know, a percentage, we're like doing like, what's that going to be, like 2% of the actual full endurance race? And that's simply because, yeah, it has been a while since I've been on F1 24, and honestly, I really don't want to play any more than 3 laps. And we got the WEC logo on the top left as well, so they're doing as much as we can to get you in the mood and getting that immersion going, and a full grid of world endurance teams going around Qatar. Good little move on the inside of, I think it was Magnussen in the Cadillac right now. Albon, easy does it. Ay. Let's see where there's some space. Can we try? And, oh no, Albon's actually done me in the Peugeot. As bloody Nora coming back to this game. Also, by the way, on a pad as well, I might add. Coming back to this game is something else. As, rear end stepping out a little bit. Where's that front end grip, huh? Right, looking to catch on Hulkenberg. Let's see if we can catch him napping a little bit. Here's a nice little shot, though, from the replay camera, just looking through every single one. And you get that sense that it's F1, but something's not quite right. All right, here we go. Closing. Rear end's wagging a little bit. All right, looking for the move on Hulk at the end of the lap. It's going to be tough. But can we make a move on the inside? We've kind of overused the battery a little bit, so need to sort of make this move just for the sake of the fact that we use so much battery to keep up with him. It's good to see on F1 24 that the AI OP with the battery and the acceleration is well and truly alive. All right, we're getting to a rhythm. I feel. I say that, and I'm going to just make a massive mistake soon. Points are on the cards. There's a big DRS train going on the mini-map up ahead. It's going to have to be the same place. We're gaining on them just in the last sector. Sector 2 so difficult of making a move. It's going to be a copycat of the move on Hulkenberg. Big dive on Ricciardo to get up to P13. Just about control the rear end. And then we're going to get some DRS Open non-World Endurance Championship feature. And then, oh god, he's actually outdone us. He's outdone us with his DRS. Right, this BMW seems like a bit of a slowpoke, I can't lie. So I'm nailing this section. We're gaining on Ocon quite a lot. And then it just comes to these traction zones and Sector 2 just being difficult. I can't really make an inroad on him. We're getting close, but it's going to be tough. Oh, come on. We can line up a move on the inside here. I'm going to try. I'm going to go for it. Oh, yay. Just about slipped through. Dumping the battery now. Oh, we're not going to be close enough for a move on Tsunoda or Gasly. We're not going to even get in the top 10. It's only a 3-lap race, I suppose, so it was always going to be a little bit tough. It's, I mean, the actual racing itself, my word, it's really amazing to remind yourself how awful this was. No wonder I haven't booted up this game in... well over a month. I think the last time I made a video on F1 24, using the game, was, I think, the 9th of April, when I was showing you guys the F1 25 preview cars in this game. Yeah, but I thought I'd come back for one final video on this game because this mod was really well made. You can't knock it for the aesthetics or whatever. The actual game it's on, yeah, I mean, if you know, they want to come back and make this mod on F1 25, that might be a little bit more worthwhile your time actually downloading and playing if you get F1 25 on PC. But that has been the World Endurance game on F1 24. I love these kind of mods, though, when it kind of transforms it. And for just a split second, you can imagine that you're not playing the F1 game. You're playing some other racing series game that would just be a dream to kind of have some sort of official game like this. So, yeah, if you guys enjoyed it, be sure to hit the like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you're around here, then do get subscribed for weekly, well, usually Formula 1 content. I'll catch you guys around. Goodbye.